And this is a resolution to exclude Director Tokay from any information that passes among various groups regarding fire safety, since she has put herself, unfortunately, in an adversarial relationship. And here is the motion. Whereas Director Tokay has, by her own admission, privately and personally, without board knowledge or consent, communicated information to local and state officials concerning matters of fire safety at the Galaxy Towers. And whereas Director Tokay failed to properly communicate any such concerns through proper channels in accordance with her fiduciary duties as a director. And whereas, as the direct result of such improper actions by Director Tokay, the GTCA and unit owners face significant costs, expenses, and potential hardship. And whereas by her actions, Director Tokay has placed herself in an adversarial relationship with the GTCA and the Board of Directors in pending litigation, now therefore it is resolved that pending the completion of any complaints, orders, or other litigation concerning issues of fire safety, Director Tokay, as an adverse party, shall be denied and excluded from any and all communication to and from council and management and the Board of Directors, as well as from any confidential material concerning such matters. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Yes, Frank.
Well, I think the motion had a lot of information that you're accusing Director Tokay of releasing information. I think all the information that she spoke about was public information that she's able to get from the town. This is what I understand. I mean, I have no problem abiding by whatever the board decides, and I have been. But I don't think that you know, putting this on Director Tokay, she hasn't had a hearing to exclude her from discussion regarding fire safety, and she has a lot of knowledge regarding the fire safety system at the Galaxy. I noted that FAC members were included in emails asking for direction on which companies to hire and how the work would progress, but then you're excluding a board member who's duly elected. But you're including and you're getting comments from the FAC members who are not on the board. I think that's a conflict right there. I mean, any help we can get is great, but you see my problem with that, where you're releasing information to people who are not on the board yourself.
Thank you, Director Lango. Yes, but please stay with the motion. Do not wander around. Please be focused. Please.
That was focused.
Please. I'm speaking to Director.
All right. First of all, Franco, no one's accusing her of giving confidential
Please
information.
address the chair. Please do not speak.
I'm sorry, I forget that. What Director Lungo said is not entirely correct. If we have listened to the motion, and there's a lot of wherefores and whereas, so we understand that. It says, has by her own admission, privately and personally, without board knowledge or consent, communicated information to local and state officials concerning matters of fire safety at the Galaxy Towers, and whereas Director Tokay failed to properly communicate any such concerns through proper channels in accordance with her fiduciary duties as a director. And I can continue. And whereas the direct result of such improper action...
You made your point, please.
Okay.
You made your point. Thank you very much. Yes, Judith, but please stay on the issue. Do not wander around.
I'll stay on the issue. This does not concern whether the material was confidential or not. It concerns her actions, and I said when I introduced this motion, unfortunately, because she does have a great deal of knowledge about fire safety, and it's too bad that because of the adversarial position she's placed herself in, because of the litigation that we find ourselves in, because of her actions, that we are basically denied having her information.
Thank you much. Thank you. I would like to ask one question of Mr. Kingman. And it is not, you may say it is hypothetical or not. Let's say, assuming that the director, seeing some wrongs, he avoids, what are the duties of a director? Can you give us briefly, what are the steps we need to take if we see wrong, and we need to, how do we address this issue? To clarify.
That question I can answer because that's a general question, not intended to find fault with a particular director. So I want to make it clear, I'm not in any way commenting on any aspect of this particular resolution. It is absolutely clear that a director who believes that they have any information concerning any legal matters, any wrongdoing, has an obligation to bring it to the attention of the board and to bring it to the attention of council. A director has a fiduciary obligation not to expose the association that they represent to the possibility of lawsuits and fines and penalties, because that's a betrayal of, in effect, their oath of office. Their first obligation, in all instances, in case of any suspicion of any wrongdoing, is to come to the board and to come to council and to document, exactly what I told Director Longo before. If you think that somebody is doing something wrong, you write me a memo, and then you document the fact that you've reported it. It's the function of GTCA council to look at this and give you a response, and if it's a confidential matter, to give you a response confidentially. So that's the obligation of a director.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I believe that this is very clear, and I believe that let's vote on this issue.
I have another question. Just a quick question. Well, it's a comment. I think Director Tokay has brought this to the board's attention regarding the sprinkler system. It was spoken about at the last meeting when we were discussing garage automation, and we thought there were more pressing issues. As far as the information that, I think this is why Ms. Sturm brought up the fact that one day you're a director, one day you have a hat as a resident. Can she go as a resident to just inquire of the state?
The answer is no.
Please.
She didn't take
I believe
anything.
it was very clearly explained to you just now.
Again, I can't answer that question because I'm not going to publicly engage in a debate about the conduct of Director Tokay.
All those in favor,
right for me to do.
all those in favor to accept this resolution. A motion. All those opposed, abstain, motion carried. Thank you very much. Let's move on, please.
Can I just make a comment?
No, you cannot.
No, just
no,
to
you
Mr.
cannot.
Kingman.
Please, please, please. You cannot. You're not.
I think I was one of two directors who
Mr.
answered.
Lange, Mr.
Discussion of this
please.
matter has been
It's
Who's
closed.
answered your
It's
email?
closed.
Yeah.
Please,
closed.
please.
Go on to the next matter.
I'd like to. This is the president's announcement. Oh no, video committee membership appeal.